So then Saturday rolls around, and Saturday was the day I was originally planning to do another trip, maybe out to like the 12 Apostles, or going out to, I think it's called the Puffing Billy. But I decided that I didn't think I was exploring and walking around as much as I typically like to do. And I didn't want to be stuck on another schedule of like, you have to do this in 30 minutes, you have to do this in another 30 minutes. Like, I just didn't like that idea of that. So I didn't book any of those, and instead decided to just go to a bunch of the shops that I had saved that were like small businesses that I wanted to go visit. And I think I went to another cafe or two. No, I definitely went to another cafe at least once. The first thing I did, I went to the Queen Victoria markets or whatever they're called, and because I know it was like typically just a food market for like your everyday like goes, but there was also a fashion market happening, a couple of the sheds, whatever you call it, and there was a creator I wanted to see while I was there. He does a bunch of corsets. I did get to look at her work, though I didn't buy anything because I didn't have the money for her items, because handmade is always a lot more expensive, but it looks so good. She just didn't have anything pre-made that was the color scheme I like to dress in, which is not even an issue. But she was called Von Mercy is what I'm going to go with. So I grabbed a business card. I'm going to follow her on social media, and then maybe down the line I'll buy one of her items, because I do have a corset that I got from a London maker, and I wore that day, funnily enough. But I wouldn't mind, if I'm going to spend that much money anyways, at least having it made in Australia so it ships to me faster, because I'm selfish like that. And, you know, may as well support Australian markets and that kind of stuff. Then the next place I went to was this like shop that had like almost inappropriate gifts for people. So the store was called Third Drawdown. And I saw it on Instagram Reel, and I wanted to visit because I figured like the stuff there would be a great gift for my mum, because she loves that kind of stupid shit. And I got there. Turns out it was like the last day they were using the store. They have an online website as well, but it was the last day they were selling anything in store, which was kind of sad, but I was glad I got there that day then, rather than like the next day, which I was originally planning to do. Yay me for somehow knowing what the universe wanted me to do. So I go there and I got this patch, which you can quite obviously tell it's a guillotine. You might not be able to read what it says, but it says, "Don't tempt me with a good time." I'm really tempted to make it into a keyring and put it on like my car keys or something. Otherwise, I'm probably going to put it as a patch in like my car. Haven't decided what I'm going to do with that yet. But the other thing I got from this particular store, so I got a bag of dicks. It'll be a present from my mother. I'm sure she'll have someone she actually wants to give them to, but I think she'll find it hilarious, so I got it. And then the other thing was this set of what they call memorable pens. So it's actually titled Borrow My Pen. So they're pens that you have with the intention of lending them out to people who ask you for them. And let's just read one of them. So stuff with love's taxidermy. No pet too small, give us a call. Ask about our goldfish and turtle discount. And the next one of the other ones is Desperate Hearts dating service. And again, I think this is going to be the type of humor that my mother appreciates. And she works in an office kind of culture that she may be able to use these. If not, still think they'll give her a laugh, so I'm not stressed. Then the next thing a shop I went to was called Hank's Hot Sauce, maybe. It was just a shop that sells only hot sauce. And my mother's partner is obsessed with spice, especially lately. He's been making his own hot sauces. And I decided I wanted to get him one of the hottest things I had to see if he could handle it. So I went into the shop. I was like, I'm not going to try this. I have no idea what kind of hot sauce. I heard the other guy say something about smoky hot sauces. I was like, let's go with a smoky one. And this lovely, I don't know what her name was, but she was a cashier there. She was so sweet, so lovely that she helped me. And she's like, Smokey, you probably got this best one, but I'd really recommend this one, which is called Cherry Cherry Bang. Called Cherry Cherry Bang Bang. And the second she recommended it, I was like, this is the one. This is the one. She seems like the kind of person I'd love to be friends with. So I'm hoping he likes it. He's currently working away, so whenever he comes back, I'll get him to try it. And I will see if he'll let me record his reaction, because I think that will be very, very funny. Unless he handles the spice very well, and then I'll be upset. Oh, and another thing I saw at the Victoria markets in the morning was this like lovely, lovely human who was selling like laser cut canvas earrings that were like butterfly inspired and very she had a whole Pride collection. Michelle JK artist, and her Insta is just Melbourne artist. So I got these asexual colored earrings for one of my friends. They may end up becoming mine, I haven't decided, but at bare minimum, someone, me or her, me or them, gonna love it. And then the other thing I got from this maker, which I'm absolutely obsessed with, is this full cool wooden laser cut butterfly pendant and like a silver plated chain. It matches my style so wholeheartedly that I just had to get it. It was either this or a pair of earrings, but the earrings that were there I would have loved, because I only have one pierced. I would have liked, it would be so much better with the seconds, with how they had them on their own ears, because they had like the smaller wings and the bigger wings of a butterfly, so it looked like you literally just had half a butterfly on your ear. So good. Anyways, can't recommend this seller enough. We'll definitely be also following them on social media, and probably buying a pair of the butterfly wing earrings for myself at one point. But for now, I'm going to have to settle for this lovely necklace that I got instead. Obsessed, honestly. But yeah, so that's all the shopping I think I did that day. And then I headed to the Royal Botanical Gardens to meet up with my friend Ash, my new friend Ash. And we saw the play. Again, there was another thing that you weren't allowed to actually take videos of, which again makes sense, but like, let me take one little picture for the experience. And I think I ended up sneaking a picture. I'll add that in now. But oh god, it was such a good performance, even without knowing the story of the Shakespeare play that they were actually performing, and without, like, it was still in Shakespearean speak, so there were some things I was like, what are they saying? Nonetheless, it was good. I enjoyed it very well. Then we ended up going out drinking again together at this bar that she wanted to go to called Trinket, because it had like this little secret hideaway behind a mirror that you like go downstairs, and that like there's another segment of the bar. Fortunately, that was booked out for a function, so we ended up just getting some cocktails together. I did not like the cocktail that I got, but that's okay. She enjoyed hers and she drank the rest of mine. So I just got like a vodka orange juice or something. Tasty, it was fine. But I had accidentally ordered through the app somehow. So the first time we ordered at the bar. The second time I ordered through my phone. And somehow I had added the cocktail that I just got and the drink that I wanted to get, the vodka orange juice, and paid for that without realizing. It's like, hang on, I don't want this cocktail, I'm not going to drink it. So I went up to the bar and they refunded me for it. But then they still ended up making the cocktail, so I had to give it to the friend, which is unfortunate because I think she wanted a different one, but she's like, I'm not having more than 3 cocktails on my night. I'm like, fair play, so it was about that. So we just chilled and talked, and I think this was till like, we just hung out to 12:30 and both headed our separate ways. And then that was probably the sketchiest night I spent, like walking back to the apartment. So I got on a group call with some of my mates and was walking back, and then by the time I got to that street with no street lights, there was people getting out of a taxi yelling really mad, some men. I was like, instantly I turned around and went back to the light and just sat on the corner until they were past. And then some people, a group of like drunken people, noticed me as well, and they were like the drunkiest one of them came up to me. He's like, oh, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I just heard some yelling and I didn't want to go down the street. This group of people ended up walking back to my apartment, and they also can be kind of sketch, but you can kind of tell the vibes with people like that. And there was a woman in the party, which gave them an added sense of security to the walking back up to the apartment I'm with. And I gave them a fake name and like lied, saying there was people up, like someone was waiting for me when I got back. You lie through your teeth in these situations, but also being very polite to drunken people. But they walked back, and the people who were yelling were gone by the time I got down the street. So it was chill. I was happy and survived that night, which